Crack open the curiosity with Shagdog and Jammer on the Spit or Swallow Beer review. Venture on a fizzy journey as we uncork the world's brews, one bottle at a time. It's a hoppy ride, full of flavour, froth and fun. Will it be a spit or a swallow? Stay tuned to find out. Remember, it's not just about the beer, it's the cheer. So grab a pint and come along, because the beer world is vast and the adventure is just beginning.
Shit. Hey, Spinner Swallow Beer Review, Shagdog. We're back. And I'm doing Savannah River Brewing's, in case you can't see because they keep their shit at the bottom of the can. Southern Sour. Beer Advocate gives this one a 80. It's a fruited kettle sour, 5.2% ABV. No notes by them on Beer Advocate. Maybe on their website. Check it out. Savannah River Brewing Company. They do have something on the can, and God, I should have brought my glasses or my magnifying glass because I can't see it, but I'm going to see if I can zoom in on it. All right. So Southern Sour serves, I can't read that one. Southern Sour series uses a mix strain yeast that provides the perfect balance between flavor and fermentation. A refreshingly tart and sweet sour made with real raspberry and lemon fruit for those hot summer days. And yeah, so there you go, people. There you go. And it is 5.2% according to that. On Beer Advocate, it only has one rating on it. Man, people don't use Beer Advocate anymore. And I don't know how far Savannah River Brewing Company's reaches, if it's only in the Augusta area or if people on the other side of South Carolina, North Carolina get it, or if it's just in the Augusta area. I don't know. I've heard of them before I moved here, one or two beers, so they must expand somewhat outside the area. So, and I like most of their beers. Most of their beers I've had are, at least maybe a couple C's, but most of them have been like in the B- to B+ range. Let's get into it. Let's give it the perfect pour. Tilt glass. Make sure I got all my rinse water out of there. I clean it between each beer. All right. Tilt glass, 45 degrees. Start pouring it. Now start straighten up. Get it down the center. And then pour that baby. That's the perfect pour. A lot of people say Shagdog can't pour a beer, but I think that's pretty perfect. Now, did I get the whole beer in? No. But almost. It's like a sip or two in there. But look at that thing. It actually is pretty bright and vibrant, kind of like an orange. What the hell? Well, kind of like an orange, golden amber, slightly. Looks pretty vibrant. Wow. And the head is still about 2 finger. Nice head, kind of a white, maybe a slight white, off-white head. Man, that looks good. A little cloudy. Looks great. Before we pour the rest of that beer in, let's give it the snifferoonie test. Yeah, definitely smells some lemon, raspberry, maybe a little bit of a lemon grind or rind, not grind, right? A little lemon zest, slight raspberry, slight hint of sourness, but it's not making me think, wow, this is going to be really making me pucker up, But let's try it. I'm not a big sour fan, but, I'll drink a sour. You got to try most beers, and I'll try most. Maybe all. Let's get the rest of that beer in there. Raspberry and lemon is just such a good mix, They complement one another, and a sour, it really just comes out good. I mean, there's some raspberry lemonades out there. I never had one myself. I think I had a raspberry lemonade lemon pie or some weird thing. It tasted pretty good. And I've had a couple sours that raspberry lemonade, or even blueberry lemonade. So let's do it. Cheers. Here's to you, our viewers. Definitely lemony, a slight puckerness to it. Not magnificent. I'm not a big sour fan by any means, but I can drink one, maybe two. It was just put in front of me. I knew a lot of girls, not a lot, but look at me. I knew a couple girls in Florida that like sour beer. As a matter of fact, there's one girl I dated one time for 3 months. Great girl, and her sisters. One of her sisters in particular loved sour beer. She was like, "Oh, I had this sour." I forget the name of the place in Plant City. It's near Plant City. It's like a wine place. They used to sell some beer. I forget the name of the beer, but they changed the name of the place, and they no longer sold the beer under the brand name. Anyhow, she was big on their sour beers that they made. So most girls I talk to, unless they like regular beer, like Budweiser, Bud Light, whatever, and they're far and few between nowadays. They like White Claw type stuff, or they like sour beers. And I know a few girls that likes Belgian style beers. Some Belgian styles, not all the Belgian styles. I think that some sour beers have almost like a wine. Like if you drink it, you're like, wow, that's a beer. Makes you pucker up, sour. I mean, there's a little yeastiness in it, a little bit of beer quality in it, but it's mostly like a sour, weird, like you're like, wow. And I'm not a big sour person at all. Most of them taste the same. They just have little differences like lemon, raspberry, blueberry, whatever kind of flavor they got going in there. But that sour quality part of it is it's the same. It's just either pucker factor up here or pucker factor down here, That's just the way it goes. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and grade this real quick, and then I'm going to get into the top 10 Southern sayings that might go with this type of beer. And I think I lived in the South long enough to make up my own Southern saying. So I lived in Florida, although it wasn't Tampa area. Not considered part of Deep South. Deep South is only goes to the North Florida Panhandle. Anything below that is not considered Deep South according to Deep South people. Even though I have a couple of people in the Tampa area that I'm friends with think they're part of the Deep South, but they're not. According to the geographical thing of the Deep South. Southern Florida, pretty much from Citrus County, maybe even Hernando County on the west side, Volusia County, even Flagler County on the Atlantic side, but down has been Yankified. But anyhow, let's get into the grade. I'm going to give it let's try it one more taste. For a sour, not bad, easy to drink. Mostly the lemon, a little bit of raspberry, a little sour pucker factor, but not overly sour, so that's okay with me. I'm going to give it a straight up B and a swallow. There you go. Now, we got top 10 Southern and sour expressions. We'll start with number 10. This ain't just a beer. It's a cotton picking pucker punch. Number 9, sour like your ex at your family barbecue, but way more enjoyable. All right. Number 8, this beer is so Southern, it just asked me if you want grits with that pucker. Number 7, I took a sip and my Southern drawl doubled in strength. Was that number 6? Oh, that was number 7. Number 6, the beer hits you like gossip on a front porch. Sweet at first, then sour real quick. Number 5, sour? Honey, this will curl your toes and straighten your hair at the same time. Number 4, tastes like a Georgia peach. Not really. That got in a fight with a lemon and lost. Tastes like a Georgia raspberry more. Number 3, this beer's got more tang than my aunt Edna's lemonade. Bless her heart. She used salt instead of sugar. Number 2, my lips puckered so hard I think I kissed myself. And number 1, most funny southern and sour expression. Woo! That's more sour than a church lady after you took her pew seat. Oh, pew seat, not Paul's seat. Yeah, her paws. Took her paws seat. That'd be kind of messed up too. All right, let's take a sip. That was horrible. Here's some southern funny reactions. When you're drinking this, squint like you ate a warhead candy, and then smile and say, "Sour, baby." This is a southern sass in a bottle. Sit and stare at the camera wide-eyed. That's what they're telling me to do on AI. And whisper, "This is the kind of sour that makes you rethink your life choices. It's a good way. In a good way." Jesus. Next is pretend to faint. It's like, "I just saw the Holy Ghost of lemon peel." Oh, shit. Next one is, "This beer does slap me with a citrus Bible verse." All right, these are horrible. And then last one on that list is, "Lord have mercy. I felt that in my kneecaps." And then you got some bonus southern toast to try with this beer. You could say, "Here's the sweet tea, sour beer, and not getting caught in your cousin's drama. May your biscuits rise, your beer be chilled, and your ex's tires be bald." And then finally, all my southern sayings, because I lived in the South for so long. Florida, Tampa area, over 24 years. And South Carolina, Augusta, Georgia area, 3.5 years. To Southern hospitality and this beer that just insulted my taste buds and kissed them right after. Well, you lost me on that one, Chief. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any short videos out of that. Anyhow, I'd like to thank my 5 viewers I had earlier. I don't know how the hell I lost them, but that's okay. Maybe I should call my ex-girlfriend and get her to accuse me of something. Maybe I'll get more viewers. Yeah, so try this. Southern Tier, not bad. I got another Southern Tier beer, but I'm gonna save that probably my next time I do Jammer. It's some type of Mexican lager style. It probably came out around Cinco de Mayo, so I got it late. So and then someday this week or next week, I gotta go shopping. There's maybe a couple beers I could get that Jammer could get in Florida, so we can review a couple of same beers together. I don't know if I want to stop after this one. I got a Irish stout to do, but I'm not really sure if I feel like drinking a stout after doing a IPA than a sour. You know, it just might not hit the tummy right. Plus, I'm getting bloated now after these 2 beers. Plus, I'm starting to lose my beer drinking and beer reviewing mojo right now. Oh, Lord. Well, I give it a try. Another sour. What can you do, right? It's funny because my mother watches, and she's watched it multiple times, The North and the South, Patrick Swayze. And miniseries came out in the 80s, right? And then it had a part 2, came out a couple years later. Patrick Swayze, I think it was only in the beginning. I don't even know if he was in that one. Let's Googleize that. Was Patrick Swayze in the second part of The North and the South? Yes, Patrick Swayze was both in the first and second parts of the North and South miniseries. He played character Ori Maine in both installments. Second part, titled North and South Book 2, also known as Love and War, continues the story of Ori Maine's relationship during the Civil War. But I believe he gets killed in that one real quick, so he's not in that show for a long time. Then his best friend, the Yankee, he's with the South Yankee. This is that. I think it's after the Civil War, but part 2. But his friend, Hazard, good name for some guy from Pennsylvania, I guess, right? You figured it'd be North Carolina or something. Gets with the girl, a woman that Nori loves, Patrick Swayze's character. While Swayze's character survives the events of the second miniseries, he is killed off at the beginning of the third installment. Oh, the third installment. Was there a third TV installment? I guess there was. So he did survive the second. All right, North and South Book 2. And then the third installment was called North and South, Heaven and Hell. That's where he gets killed off at the beginning. Patrick Swayze, man, I tell you what. Patrick Swayze, great actor, but you thought he should have had some more pretty damn good movies in the 90s, and he just didn't have nothing. I mean, you figure he did Outsiders, Red Dawn. He had Steel Dawn, which wasn't too good. But then he did Dirty Dancing and what the hell's the other one in the late 80s? Ghost and stuff like that. And then 90s, those movies just weren't hitting. Then he did that freaking cross-dressing movie with Wesley Snipes and John Leguizamo or whatever. Fu Manchu or whatever hell it was. That didn't go over well and just never had a really good movie. And then he died. That's what happens. Some people have a couple bright moments in their life and that's it. Some people shine for a long time and then they dim out pretty quickly. Some people are pretty dim, then shine later on. Is that my destiny, Mama? Don't know. Don't know, Shagdog Gump. All right. Well, got to get this beer down. We drink all of our beer before we end the video. Tell you, sours. Man, they give me upset stomachs for some reason. Sours do. Yeah, that's not hitting right. Those sour. Every time I drink a sour beer, I get an upset stomach. Could be the yeast, the bacteria. Who knows? So I'm not sure if I want to do another one. I do have an Irish Stout on standby. I've never heard of it before. Not sure if I want to do that, a Yingling, or just go to bed. You tell me, my one viewer. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, excuse me, rugby. Yeah. Don't know what the hell that's about. The best hard rock album for each year of the 90s. You ready for it? Let's do it. We're going to start with 1990. A band called, I never heard of it, Fugazi Repeater is the name of the album, Repeater. 1990, hard rock. I'd go with Rat Detonator for 1990. I think it was Too Late to Shine. It was pretty good hair metal album for Rat because it was more hair metal than Reach for the Sky, which is kind of bluesy, hard rock. Maybe they were trying to go a little bit of Guns N' Roses way, like songs like City to City, Don't Bite the Hands That Feed You, some of their music. And some of it was like bluesy. But Detonator was more hair bandy and or glam metal, and it was just too late. If that album came out like a year or two earlier, it probably would have hit big. Because when I bought it, I was like, wow, this is going to be a hit. This song here, wow, this song is going to be a hit. But it was 1990, and those songs weren't a hit. But I thought they were pretty damn good, actually, 1990. But anyhow, that was 1990's best hard rock song, Fugazi Repeater. 1991, Nirvana, Nevermind. I didn't even know that was 91. That was 91? I thought it was 92. Okay. 1992, Alice in Chains, Dirt. And they're calling these hard rock. I call them grunge or alternative. But anyhow, alternative rock grunge. 1993, Pearl Jam Versus. Pretty good album. 1994, Green Day, Dookie. I think most of that album was probably Dookie, but a couple good songs on it. Smashing Pumpkins, 1995. Shout out to my boy Monko. That was his favorite band in the 90s. I'm not sure if it still is. 1996, Rage Against the Machine, Evil Empire. 1997, Foo Fighters, The Color and the Shape. 1998, Korn, Follow the Leader. Now, one of those years, 7 Mary 3, I would put, what was it, 95 or 94? 7 Mary 3's American Standard. I think if that was 94, I think it was better than Green Day. And if it was 95, I definitely think it was better than Smashing Pumpkins. That's all I'm going to say. The full album was really good. Where were we at? 1998, Korn. 1999, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication. And that's it. Anyhow, there you go. Now let's go with Shagdog's top albums of the 90s, if I can remember. 1990, I'm going with Rat Detonator. Here, let me get a list up real quick. I better look. Top 3 hairband albums of the 90s each year. Let me do that. Let me Googleize this. Let's do it one more time. Top 3 albums from 1990 of each year from 1990 to 1998 hair glam metals. Hairband glam metal bands. There we go. That might work. Now, I could think of some alternative stuff too, but all right, 1990. They got Flesh and Blood by Poison, Warrant, Cherry Pie, and Slaughter, Stick It To You. But I'm going to go with Rat Detonator. Although Poison's Flesh and Blood was pretty good, they matured a little bit on that one, but I still like Rat Detonator. 1991, I'm going to go with Slave to the Grind by Skid Row. 1992, I'm pretty sure this one's not mentioned. Got Winger and the Heart of the Young, Nelson After the Rain, Extreme, 3 Sides to Every Story. But I'm going to go 92. I believe it came out that year, which was Warrant, Dog Eat Dog. 1993, Poison, Native Tongue, Winger, and Wasp. But that year, 1993 was Shit, I can't remember. Anyhow, there you go. Now, Arcade, did that come out in 93? Or was that 92? Stephen Pierce's band, Arcade. Pretty good album, the first one. I mean, that wasn't the greatest album ever, but it was, I think it was, what do you call that one? It's pretty good, but nobody's ever heard of it. Like, he got a guitarist, he's really good, but nobody's ever heard of him or gave him credit. Damn, what's the expression? I can't remember. Holy shit, dementia. What's the expression you use when like there's a guitarist that's really good, but nobody likes them or knows about them? Underrated. Or hidden gem. Underrated. Most underrated, yeah. Anywho. I think we got rid of the phones. Ooh, that was sour on the last one. Whew. Yeah, get rid of these phones and stuff. Stop Googleizing stuff. When you're live, you shouldn't do that type of stuff. Oh, well. If you don't like me, subscribe and comment horrible things, and we'll reply. Shagdog Spitter Swallow Beer Review. We'll see in the next one. I might do one more. We'll see. I'm going to give it about 5 minutes for the sour to settle. We'll see what's up. If not, maybe on the 4th of July, I might get on and do a couple. We also got 1 or 2 videos it's going to be uploaded on the 4th of July. Nothing special, just a couple beer reviews. We haven't done nothing special on 4th of July, Day of Beer Independence. I can't find really any American-themed beers anymore, hardly. At least in our areas, I guess. And, that'll do it. Ooh. We'll see on the next one. I am not a paid, what do you call that? Advertiser. Not a paid advertiser. And I'm also not paid by any advertising groups for being a content creator. But I should be. I should be promoted and paid. All right, we'll see you on the next one, Spitter Swallow Beer Review.